Hello folks, friends and movie lovers. Welcome back to the channel and to the latest instalment of the movies in review. The movie I have to review for you all today is called Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Now I'm not really familiar with the Mad Max saga movies and concede that I'm coming to this quite late, as there are, to my awareness, 4 movies prior to this one, and that this one is a spin-off that sits between Beyond Thunderdome and Fury Road, though the director George Miller has stated that there is no strict chronology. Having seen this movie and done a little reading up to gain a little context and understanding for the movie, I definitely will be catching up on the movies prior to this one. Taking place in a post-apocalyptic dystopian world, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, is the story of a girl named Furiosa, who is captured as a child by a rival clan that is at war with hers. Spending her formative years in captivity being groomed for the leader, she eventually breaks free of her captivity, working through the slave classes, to the point of being a trusted lieutenant. She goes on a journey of vengeance for all that she has lost, her childhood, her home, and her road to it, and ultimately her mother. I think the movie has done something very clever, because it is almost an examination of the facets of human nature, such as the need for warfare, the need to seek revenge, and the need for power and control, and ultimately domination over people, land, resources, and so on. There was definitely a deeper narrative beyond that of the story unfolding on our screens, which has elevated this movie to a level beyond that of other similar movies in the same genre. Within that, what stood out for me was how some of the characters could have had comparisons drawn with real-life figures from named wars and conflicts that were referenced at the end of the movie. My usual criticism is that as series go on, and this I think applies to movie series as much as it does TV series, is that it can get a bit to a point where it begins to feel a bit stale, and it becomes obvious that they are running out of ideas. This can even seem obvious to people who come to the series late and have maybe seen the later installments before seeing the earlier ones. However, this one, being the 5th installment in the series, albeit a side plot within a larger entity, definitely feels like there is plenty ideas left and feels like it should fit right in nicely. As stated earlier, the director, George Miller, is quoted as saying that there is no strict chronology. I think that is to the benefit of the series because it keeps the ideas fresher and provides more flexibility for ways to continue the series. Not having a strict chronology means that the stories are not tied to a specific chain of events, meaning it can progress and evolve in new and unexpected ways that you wouldn't necessarily get with a stricter, more formal adherence to a specific timeline. Overall, the movie was impressive because of what it has been able to achieve and what the end result is. It is not simply a story set in a wasteland of a post-apocalyptic dystopian world with 2 or more warring tribes vying for power, resources, and territory. There is a much deeper message below the surface of what would normally be just a story, ultimately of one person's revenge for what they have lost. This movie in isolation is one that I would certainly recommend. I don't feel that I have missed anything from not having already watched the other movies first. It is something that I would normally like to do and normally recommend other people do, just to bring some familiarity to help with understanding and contextualization. However, I don't necessarily think it's essential on this occasion, but I do plan to watch the preceding movies anyway, and should that opinion change, I will of course update when reviewing those movies. That's all I have for this one, folks. I hope the review has been helpful. Please remember to hit the like button, and if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and the bell icon for notifications when the latest reviews get uploaded. Thank you so much for listening to the very end. My name is Simon, and this is the Movies in Review. Thanks for listening.